Let's say our silent prayer. Amen. Amen. We want to welcome everybody to the final phase of the voters registration done by CEO. Before going further, I would like to introduce the general membership, the team, the executive team of CEO. Please, I'll call the team to come in front. We have Mrs. Sierra Leone, who is the head of the Northern region. Mrs. Sierra Leone, that's her. And we have, for the Southern region, Mr. Joseph Blackie, the Southern region. And for the Eastern region, we have Mr. Joseph Bidia. He's heading the Eastern region. And for the Western area coordinator for CEO, we have Mr. Abdullahi Didiwa Swale. And I am Hannah Patricia Bundo, the head of administration for CEO. And we have our team lead, who is no less a person than Mr. Joseph Abasani. Next on the agenda is our welcome remarks, which will be done by Mr. Abdullahi Didiwa Swale.
Good afternoon, members of the high table. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen from the press and all invited guests. I want to welcome you to this august body for you to leave your very important schedule to come here. It's a very laudable venture, the CEO members, and we really want to welcome you heartily for the launching of this report. It's a timely report we want to issue out to the public because we've observed and monitored the registration process, and we don't want to waste any time for the people of for the public to have the final report of this registration process. That's why you are here, for us to launch this report. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you.
Good afternoon. We're going to make it very snappy and short. I have a simple responsibility here to do, that is to introduce the chairperson for this August occasion. And this person I have known for over 10 years when she was working in the South with the PPRC. She's a strong woman, a woman of valor, and she's a woman of her words and actions. We'll not waste time talking. She is Mrs. Jenny Amadou, the Director of Mediation and Programs, PPRC. Thank you very much. Over to you, madam.
Yes, thank you very much. I want to take this opportunity to thank and appreciate SLAJ or the coalition of election observers CEO. I want to thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to chair this program. I must say the role of the media in observing all the activities in the country cannot be overemphasized, because you people play a very big role, and I want to believe that without you, everything that we are doing as the commission, the PPRC, the election, the electoral commission for Sierra Leone, and all other stakeholders that are working for the development of Sierra Leone cannot be people will not understand it, people will not know, people will not be aware of what is happening in the country. So because of the role you people are playing, you are making everything very much affordable, and people are very much aware of the things that are happening in our country. So I want to thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to chair this program. I must say I'm greatly honored. So we go straight to the program. Normally when I chair programs, I don't waste time. I call it sharp. You know, when you have a role to play, you have to do it very smart and snappy, so that we won't waste time. Because sometimes when you have a mic and you tend to talk a lot, you will go off track. So please, whenever you are given the opportunity to talk, or whenever you are given the mic, make it snappy and precise. So we'll go straight to the next item on the agenda, which is presentation of reports, the voter registration report, and website. Engineer Joseph. Okay, sorry for that. Okay, item number 3, which is the overview of CEO, Mr. Joseph Blackie, Southern Regional Coordinator. Please take the mic and give us the overview of CEO. Can we put our hands together for him, please?
Thank you very much, Auntie Jenny. That is how we used to call her, Auntie Jenny in bold. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to talk. CEO, we decided to make everything in a digital form, to digitalize our data collection processes. And this is exactly what we're here to do. The overview is done in a PowerPoint presentation form, and you will see at the start of it, you will have the overview of the Coalition of Election Observers, and that's the logo. And we go down to the introduction. The Coalition of Election Observers, CEO, is a local election monitoring and public education platform established like other national and international independent election observers. The Coalition of Election Observers was born out of the desire to establish a real-time reporting platform for electioneering processes through digital data collection, collation, and analysis, with factual evidences and profiling recommendations for action to election management bodies. We go down to, we say it is a local observers. The Coalition of Election Observers is a local election monitoring and public education platform established like the coalition started with a comparative analysis of African and Western countries, in which the observation of elections are not singularly left in the hands of one local entity, but sought from diverse views and facts drawn to authenticate outcomes of various electioneering processes. The coalition started, as I have said, with the comparative analysis of exactly how we monitor and how we observe elections. In Sierra Leone, at first we knew it was just one entity, but we are not coming to compete, we're coming to complement the efforts of election management bodies. So who are we? Who are we? We said, we are a team of 69 civil society organizations and community-based organizations drawn from across the 16 districts of Sierra Leone, across the country. What do we vision? We vision a country where citizens' rights and franchise electioneering processes are exercised in a free, fair, transparent, and credible manner. Our mission Our mission is to promote civic education through the involvement of local authorities, community-based organizations, civil society organizations, special needs organizations, youth groups, the media, and other stakeholders in the electioneering process to enhance free, fair, transparent, and credible elections. What do we aim at? We aim to monitor all electioneering processes across the country, including voter registration campaigns, non-violent campaigns, voter education campaigns, and first-time voter education before, during, and after elections. We all know most of the times the calendar, the moment elections are done, we are done with election processes and we do not monitor the post-election processes. So we have decided to come before, during, and after elections to ensure that it becomes a circular system, where it is round in shape, it doesn't end, it becomes a process and not an event. What do we aim at? We aim to monitor, just like I have said, our value-added qualities or our objectives. Our objectives are to effectively sensitize the public about electioneering processes. Number two, to conduct nationwide voter registration campaign and monitoring of entire processes. To continuously conduct first-time voter education sensitization in learning institutions and communities. To promote nationwide non-violent advocacy campaigns. To effectively monitor the conduct of all elections with the aid of ultra-modern automated ICT system. And this is exactly what we are doing here. We want to digitalize our system. We're moving from the analog stage into the ICT system, the electronics. You'll be in the field there and the results are popping up. If you follow our website, which will be launched very shortly, you will see that we have the days left towards the election. Next one is to effectively collaborate with other local and international election management bodies to conduct consultancy, researches, and understanding activities of electoral processes and procedures. Our leadership, you have seen, we decided not to put the pictures because you have seen us in person. We have Joseph Salone, the Executive Director in Sierra Leone. He is the CEO, National Team Lead. Joseph Pidia Alim is the Executive Director, Global Village Network, CEO, Eastern Region Coordinator. We have Abdoulaye Edouard Soare, Executive Director, Pekin to Pekin, CEO, Western Area Coordinator. Cecilia Rena, Executive Director, Women and Girls Empowerment Network, CEO, Northern Region. Myself speaking here, Joseph Dominic Blackie, Director, KID Sierra Leone for People's Rights, Integrity and Empowerment Sierra Leone, the CEO, South Region. Anna P. Volo, National Coordinator, Education Warehouse, CEO, Head of Admin at the Secretariat. Our monitoring or observation tools. Just like I have said, we have the digitalized system. We have an app which we have been using from the start of the registration unto this moment, which is automated. It is a real-time digital app. You go to the field, you report, it gives us your coordinates where you are. You will not sit in your house and send us information. It will give us a real-time reporting system. Our web of relationship. We maintain our relationship with all political parties, remain professional and ethical. So too will our relationship with local authorities, national and international entities. In this light, we remain an objective establishment to serve our country and our conscience. We lastly recommend now our recommendations to one, the Electoral Commission of Sierra Leone, EC, and the PPRC, to collaborate with civil society organizations in conducting functional election sensitizations across the country. The National Council for Civic Education and Development, that's NACED, to similarly create functional working relationship with CSOs to conduct civic education across the country. We also asked at National Telecommunication to enforce the NIN, the National Identification Number SIM registration, to reduce political cyber offenses now, during and after the electioneering process vis-a-vis regulating the use of our cyberspace. The Peace Commission to hold direct political parties peace seminars before polling day to promote good inter-parties work relationship. PPRC, President Anti-General is here, to ban all political party release to reduce violence, thus encourage political parties to engage the media, you guys here, for campaign messages. CSOs to remain professionally objective in their engagement with political parties and politicians, and the media to remain professionally objective in reporting news on events and occasions around those elections. Thank you very much for following me through these slides.
Thank you very much, Mr. Laki. Can we give him a round of applause, please? That's a very good report. I know you people work together to put all those reports, those things together. We go to the next item, which is the introduction. Oh, okay, that's been done. So the sixth item, is it? The fifth, okay. Documentary of CEO, Mrs. Cecilia. And she is the coordinator for the Northern region. Can you do it from there?
It will be displayed.
Oh.
Give us a little bit of time so we can.
Okay.
Good afternoon, all. I am Cecilia Leone, Region Coordinator for Coalition of Election Observers, Sierra Leone. Just to say a word or two concerning the documentary that we're about to present. It shows a holistic overview of who we are, where we are, and where we're heading for. The documentary itself is a self-explanatory documentary that if you take your time to just go through it, you will know everything about the coalition itself and how we all come together to have this particular occasion today. We did not sit in our room to put this together. It's a real-time result. But let me give you time to find out for yourself. Thank you.
Are we set? Can I?
Yeah, sure.
to transcribe, right? Maybe. Okay.
So what is wrong with the phone review? Is it the computer?
Not the computer. Maybe the volume. Share the website. Okay, what we do, we send it to your phones.
Yes.
Because definitely I cannot come here and pay for all, and then you expect me to ensure that I'll be the DJ and what. But having said that, this is Sierra Leone. But what we are doing here is just simple. We are showing the world or everybody how it all started. It started from way back from the university. It started from our communities, and it started when we all have in mind that you have an election monitoring body here. So you will notice that all the leaders will be talking. So they are going to talk to you how they want to see CEO in the next 5 years. Of course, I've repeatedly said I will not be there in the next 5 years. And they want to explain in terms of what they want to see in terms of staffing, what they want to see in terms of working relationship with ECSL and election management bodies, what they want to see when they are on the field, how they want to monitor the electoral processes. These are all very core in everything we're doing. So that is what we are trying to explain to us. But we are going to send a copy. I hope everybody wrote their names and numbers, and I will ensure that the head of admin will send a copy of this to you. Because everybody, Pedia is the head of the Eastern region. He's now explaining how he wishes to see CEO in the next 5 years. Again, we have Cecilia, who is the head of this Northern region. She too is explaining how she wants to see CEO. And we have, after that, we have Mr. Blackie himself will talk about how he wishes to see CEO. Mr. Didwai himself will talk about it. Anna will talk about it, and I will talk about it. And core among the messages that we are said here, we are as follows. We want to have the best staff. We want to have trained, qualified, professional staff that we add value in the electionary process, not only in Africa, but in the world. We have a plan that training should be. I want one day when Mr. Soare would have been sitting down in his office and say, "Oh, are you Mr. Soare? You work for Coalition of Election Observers," and then EU or the United Nations calls him because of his hard work, because of his credibility, because of his commitment, and says, "We have a contract for you. Come and help us in election monitoring in the electionary process." We want to ensure that we lead in terms of digitalization. We've been monitoring elections in Sierra Leone, but it has been manually. So this time we are saying we are going to ensure that we go ICT. The world is now a global village. So you cannot be monitoring elections and you don't have database on them. So what we're going to say, if I want to say people interfered in a particular ward or constituency or any elections, I should be able to bring proofs. He who asserts must prove. But how can I say things and I write them boldly on my reports, and then I don't have proof, evidence of that? And how do you do the evidence? It's not by you talking, or maybe by one of my colleagues talking. We want a real-time evidence. It can be pictorial evidence, it can be video evidence. So that is why we are happy that we want to lead, we want others to follow when it comes to ICT, when it comes to innovation in electoral processes. Again, we want to ensure that when you talk about elections in Sierra Leone, the first name, when you're talking about election, the first name in terms of monitoring election, you will call is what? CEO. And it's not surprise. I told my colleagues when I was working at Freetown, I said, we are facing shortage of scratch card. We have problems with unavailability of top-up cards by them, and I told them we should ensure that scratch card is no more. Let's go e-card, electronic card. And today we're seeing it around. And I said, scratch cards should be available in every market, just like a paper. Like how paper available in the market. And now today, we have dealers, we have other people. It occurs. It was difficult by then when I said it to my directors and colleagues. But now every corner you pass, at least somebody said will be there selling top-up, either electronically or physically. Now we more of electronic. So we are saying, at that time, when you want to perception survey, when you want to say, oh, we're talking about election observation, the first name that should come on your mind is CEO. That is what we want to have. And we want to ensure that our working relationship with PPRC, NEC, donor partners is very credible. So these are some of the things that were said here, but we'll send them to you, and thank you so much.
Yes, and we want to thank Mr. Salone very much for that brilliant exposure that he has given us about the CEO. We now have the presentation of the voter registration report on the website. I think who is going to do that? Yeah, Engineer Joseph Samuel.
So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce our websites to you. So what are we doing to help us? I am going live so that we can practicalize it live. Right? I'm going to put CEO SL dot
Zero caps.
no, sorry. Yeah, SL dot ORG. Why are we doing this? Why are we ensuring that it is, try something. You have your phones here. Yes. Try CEOSL.
One word.
Yeah. CEOSL.
Capital.
Let me put capital or small letter. Anyone. You don't go there. You are there. Can we have our phones? I hope so. Can we try them? Are we there?
Is the website on?
It's on.
Have you seen it? No.
Okay, I have seen it, so we can. You can put cosl.org or www.cosl.org. Are you there? Have you seen it?
Yes. Yes. Yes, I've seen it.
Have you?
Yes, I've seen it. Yes.
Okay. So now we are going to look at something. I'm going to project it now. You see, this is it. We've just built this website and it is work in progress. We did not pay for it. No, we paid for the hosting. But in terms of building the website, we built it for ourselves and by ourselves. That is the essence of education. Now, what are we doing? I will try to show you something. I will come here to this, my left hand side. I want to first go to, I want to contact the ECSL. So I'm going to go to the left hand, the red dialog box there, and then come to monitoring elections. When I click on monitoring elections, and I will see provisional results for 2023 and ECSL result for 2023. Why? It is deliberate. We have built it to start covering the 2023 election. So what will happen is that, you know, you already always listen to IRM, but the sad reality is when IRM has passed you, you will not get that information again. So what we want to do, this will be our own IRN, where you will be here, the data will be there, and as soon as the elections results are called, the provisional result, we will ensure that it will be filtered here. So now, hence you have your internet, hence your phone is charged, you can see the provisional result live. You don't have a worry to say, oh, I'm in a location where I don't have a radio. Oh, I was not buying a radio, you have gone. But this one, when you come there, you meet the raw data there. Are we together in that?
Yeah.
The next thing we did with our website that is very jamming for us all to know is that we have here, I have just clicked there. And what do I want to do? We are not responsible to give elections results out. Certified results comes from the professional, the ECSL. So if you don't know the website of ECSL, you can come to CEO website, ceosl.org. When you click there, ECSL election results, you will see it goes with you directly to their websites. And then you will see all their elections results. Is that not good?
Very good. Very good.
You will see it. So, let's say for instance, on the top of our mind, we want CEO to be a strong brand in Sierra Leone, Africa, and the world. So, and we don't remember the websites of ECSL. It means you have got a quicker and reliable solution. Just go to our website. We will give you all the election results that ECSL has posted. That is digitalization. We are here to create the difference. Again, you notice that we have home, we have about us. It will give you the history of us, our team, our accomplishment, our vision, mission, our objective, our membership, our donors. It will give you that. Then you go to the library. When you go to the library will give you our observation guidelines, our observation checklist, every report. As soon as we are finished with this, when you check, you live. No need to say, hey, where's this report? You can only come to our website and you get it live. We want to make the difference in terms of monitoring elections. Again, we have electoral laws, we have political party constitutions. We want to make it there. So if you are in SLPP or APC or NGC or any party, you don't know where to get your constitution. We are going to ensure that we have it here. We have political party manifestos. It is going to be live on our website. The sooner any political party release their manifesto, come to ceosl.org, you will meet it there live. We are going to ensure press statements, videos, and pictures will be on our website. Having said that, I want you to go through. So you see the website is like this. Now, the unique part of the website I'm going to tell you, our 2023 project is called Sierra Leone Decides. And we are saying that June 2023, your vote counts. That's what we are telling you. And we are telling you now that elections start at 7:30. Do you know about that? Elections. And it will end at 5. But what you don't know is what we are telling you. If you want to know how many days, well, in fact, the time it starts is we don't have that authority. It's left with ECSL. Let me correct myself. But what I know is that as of today, President Bill or the election that you will call on the 24th, we have 254 days left. We have 7 hours. We have 19 minutes and 46 seconds. So our website is ticking, telling the president, telling the ministers, telling citizens that your time is running. You have a mandate that the people of Sierra Leone gave to you. And on this date, the people will decide through their votes. So our website is going to remind you that on that day, on the 24th, and at that hour proclaimed by ECSL, it is your right to go to the polling station and peacefully vote for the president, for the mayor, for the chairman, for the councillors, for the parliamentarians you want to see. I think that is very good. I don't think you have any website that will be reminding you about the time. Anyway, having said that, the next thing I want you to go to, when you go to our website, maybe you don't know about us. Go there, you will see our profile. Our profile is available there for you to see, for you to know about us. After that, we have our vision, our mission, our aim, our objectives. You don't need to call Joseph Sano. You don't need to call Mr. Soiree. Just go. At a fingertip, you will know about CEO. Again, I am going to show you our hard-working team leaders. They've shown you already. It is here. So when you come here, as soon as you click on Joseph Sano, it tells you my position. It tells you I am the CEO National Team Lead Chairperson. It also tells you that I am the Executive Director of what? Hill Sierra Leone. You come to Sicily Arena. Clicking on his name, that is based on this picture. The sooner you click on it, it tells you this is Mrs. Sicily Arena. She is the Northern Region Coordinator. and she's the executive director of Women and Girls Awareness Network. So this is not about any coalition. This is not about any organization that is just about Joseph Salone. So decisions made by CEO does not solely rest on Joseph Salone. For me to write this report, or I will have to call my colleagues. This is the report, and then we'll release it. We'll look at it. Most of the time, we go to our big brother, Mr. Suarez's office. We'll write the report, and you will satisfy. Everybody is satisfied, or the majority is satisfied, and then we'll release it. Why do we do that? Because we don't want to release a report and somebody from Kenema, somebody from McKinney contest the report. It will be detrimental for our institution. So that is why it is participatory. Then you come to Mr. Pidia Aliu, who is the Eastern Region Coordinator. The Eastern Region Coordinator, and he is not just there because we took him from one corner. He is a whole executive director of what? Of Global Village Network. We call it GNET. Apart from that, we have Joseph Blackie. He told you he is heading the Southern Region as a coordinator, and he's the executive director or the director of Pride. We have Mr. Suarez. He is our boss here for the Western Region, and he's the executive director of Peking to Peking. Peking to Peking is more than 20 years. It's a credible institution. We have our head of administration. The sooner you click, you will notice the name and the position she's holding. Then when you come down here now, you will see all about us and our contact. So we have made ourselves available to the entire world. No matter where we are, or no matter where you are. Hence you have internet connectivity. You can learn about us, you can know about us, you can contact us. And luckily for us, you don't just, not only my number is on our contact, every regional coordinator's number is there. The other time we had a meeting with somebody, a donor. What did he do? He called the Southern Region Coordinator and he told us. So it is not a one-man show. So now, for me, I want us to do something that's a test for us. And it is simple. What I want is, I want to hear somebody shout CEO after 3 counts, right? I just want to hear that shout, right? After 3 counts, I want the world to hear the name CEO. And CEO means Coalition of Election Observers. So after 3 counts, we all shout CEO. 0, 1, 2, 3. I want to hear it. CEO. Again? CEO. That is it. Now I tell you shortly about our reports. Normally, you don't see this type of reports in Sierra Leone. When you see this type of report, you only see it at the desk. Donor partners will do this. Most of our reports we release, most of the times, brothers and sisters, they are just press release. But at CEO, we don't do press release. And I want to inform you, we have no donor support. We have no government support. We are contributing for ourselves. You can check our accounts. You can check our source of income. When Pedia wants to come, he contributed. When we wanted the documentary, the Northern Region person, the chair, took the mantle and went to McKinney. She was in McKinney, and they built it without giving a cent. Let's give her a hand. So it is just about commitment. When we wanted to launch our first report, my brothers, we contributed among ourselves. When we wanted to go for the monitoring, I will use my vehicle and begin we fuel the vehicles, and I will produce vehicles, and we will go. And when we say we are monitoring reports or monitoring activity, we don't monitor just for a day. We don't monitor for the first and last days. We monitor every day. We monitor every day. And our staff or our volunteers are not paid. Are not paid. We have taken upon ourselves that it is our duty to protect the votes of Sierra Leoneans, to ensure that Sierra Leoneans exercise their franchise. So if you see us doing this, it is not by mistake. It is because we have it in our heart that we should work for our country, supported by none. So the report itself will speak for itself. In the start, we have our introduction. It gives us the authority for which we did the report. It has things that is guiding us, principles that we base on to write our report. Because sometimes people write reports, but they don't know what they are writing. People talk from the blues. What we did was that we gave ourselves scopes and specific of observation were as follows. So what we did, we had scopes. First scope was, did the voter registration start on the proposed date by the Electoral Commissioner for Sierra Leone? You don't just talk from the bottom of your mouth or the top of your mouth. You have to be guided when you're speaking. Did they start at that time? Those are the guiding principles on which our report was built. The second one is, we are the staff of the Electoral Commissioner available at the registration center between the hours of 7 to 5 daily. Were they there? When you want to say a process is not credible, you should have the terms of reference. You should have the guiding principle. You don't just talk. You talk with proofs. So when I want to know if you guys at ECSL did not do your work, these are the things I measure you by. Now, una be say, una de do on the door. Una be doing. Now, una be say from 7 o'clock to 5 o'clock. People them go there as soon as staff. Then be there. Then we went again, the third one. They said they will ensure that they have 1,815 centers. So the question is, when we are monitoring as CEO, we don't just monitor without guide. Like we know Chris Dog, we know they do that. We look at these things. What do we look at? The man, the guy that is there, Connor, he said he will ensure that he has 1,815 in the first phase. Did it occur? He said he will do it in the second phase. Did it occur? He said there will be 2 days extension. And the 2 days extension, I will ensure I open the first phase stations. Did it occur? Those are the way. We are here to learn from each other. The public is watching us. We want to learn from each other. The other guiding principle on 4 is, did the Electoral Commissioner use ICT solutions as she regularly promised? Did you do it? That's what we are saying. You promised us to use tools like that. Did you? Then we have 5. We are there technical failures like computer malfunction, no electricity, no solar battery, no alternative power source that seriously hinder the process, and to what extent? You don't just say it, you identify it, and you say to what extent. Was it material to the process? Did it hinder the process? What extent? What percentage of damage did that cause? Because I was worried during the first phase, I saw so many news going on social media. And I was worried. I said, we're going to get even 500 people in for register. And when the result came out, it was over 1,300,000. I said, what? So you don't just listen to what people say. So these are the reasons. 6, we are the Electoral Commission of staff, professional, effective, efficient in the course of doing their jobs. That is how you monitor. That is how you monitor. That's our role. The other thing, 7, we are the Electoral Commissioner staff, not biased in performing their work. You see somebody, because I am from the north and I've been given the job, I want to help my colleague. We are seeing it there. Because I'm from the southeast, I'm a Mendema, and I want to help my Bo or my southeastern colleague. No. So we watch for those things. We are there biased. Then 8, to what extent were those registration center peacefully doing their work, with no fighting, no political and no local authority interference? Those are the things we watch for. Then, the last, the citizens with complete documentation. We are given access to register. We are then given access to register because you should have complete documentation before you register. That's what the law says. We don't want to listen to you whether what you say, what you feel, what the law says. And I tell you, Section 17115 says, any other law in this country that is inconsistent with the Constitution of Sierra Leone is rendered void and cannot be used in Sierra Leone. So when we talk, what makes Sierra Leone is our Constitution, nothing else. So the laws are there. So finally, I have explained that to you because I want you to, when you are reading this document, you must look at those guiding principles. You must not read it out of passion, out of any emotions. You must read it with those things that we've stated before. The 8 guiding principles, we think they will help you. And when you look, we have our leadership. When you look, we have our membership. We have a member. When you look, we have a data that explains in each region, in each district, the areas we covered, and the people we met, and the data we took. But remember, we also gave you the methodology of printing out this report. We did observations, we did interview, focus group discussion. Like for instance, we met a guy at Brookfield. He was not happy. He said, they don't register now, they don't register me. We called the group together, we had a focus group discussion. What was the issue? And we had a discussion. And we did what we call mass SMS, picture and video. Then we use our digital tool. We have a tool that was also created by ourselves. We train all our 170 guys that are on the field. We train them how to use the software. But the reality I want to tell you, this was not to get report the way the boss you don't have corner, you write out, you know the beat. Because I capture everything. If you say this machine well, with software they make say, you're not able to move it, they say snapper. Where is snapper? The way they say video. They say video evidence. Anything when you say, the way we build with software, they bring proof. because I don't learn one thing. You were talker for prover. So we have a software that we used to ensure we observe this election. Apart from that, we have the, in life without statistics, then there is problem. Statistical data. We gave a statistical data of the entire places we went. We gave compliments where needed, where it was due. We gave compliments. Of course, people say you must not praise people because you are observing them. No, we do. We gave challenges. We do not call them by other names, but we gave challenges. And then we did a comparison analysis of the first phase, second phase, and the 2 days. What did we do? What happens during the second phase? How can you compare and contrast them? Finally, we got another 2 days. What really happened? We are not hiding anything from you. We gave you this data so that you can cross-check. This is our data. The entire software, we copied part of it and we presented it here. Anything, we are open for scrutiny, for review, and for interview. Below it, we have graphical representation. If you are talking about figure without graphical representation, then you have not talked about figure. Now, we have pictorial news of our guys on the field. Pictorial news. What happens in where? Kailao. What happens in Kamabai? What happens anywhere? We have pictures. Pictorial news everywhere. And finally, we have our recommendations. After that, we have a sample of what we want to do during the 2023 election. And we did our conclusion, and we have our national pledge. Ladies and gentlemen, the Coalition of Election Observers, I am going to handle the table. Can we rise, please? Ladies and gentlemen, I have just presented to ECSL, to PPRC, and you, the public, our reports from the Coalition of Election Observers on behalf of a coalition that is made of 69 members organization. Thank you very much.
We want to thank Mr. Salone, the CEO, lead. That was a very good presentation about the voter registration reform. And I must say that we are very grateful as a commission, because maybe what we did not see, you guys are able to see. And now it's out in the open. Please, let's make it very public, let's make it affordable, that people can read through.
It is free.
And make informed decisions. We want to thank you very much. This is a very hard work. For you to put this document together must have been a tedious work for you guys. So we want to thank you very much for your hard work and for the contribution you are doing towards the electoral process. I know the ECSL will have a lot to say. So we are moving to the next item. Of course, we have already launched the book. Launching and fundraising of CEO 2023 election project proposal. Donor partners, do we have anyone here?
Of course they are not here, so we go.
They are not here, so we move. We have statement which is going to last for 3 minutes each. We are expecting the Minister of Political and Public Affairs. Is he here or his representative? He's not here. Minister Moped, Ministry of Planning and Economic Development. Is he? Yeah. He's not here. Any representative? No donor partner, EU, World Bank. None of them. Okay. We move to PPRC. I'm here. I just want to say that by virtue of the fact that I'm here shows that we are very much interested in the work of the CEO. And because we know that election is about information, it's about teaching people, telling people what should happen next. That's why we are here. Myself and the ECSL representative, Mr. George. We all should know that election or the electoral process is in cycle. We have the pre-elections, we have the elections and the post-elections activities. So these ones that we are all doing is we are now almost into the pre-election activities. And of course, we've gone through the legislation and we continue with other activities. Mr. Raymond, Mr. George will say much about that. So please, let's keep up the good work that we are doing. For us as a commission, the role that you are playing is very much important for us, because whatever we are doing, we want the public to know and we want the electors of this country to know. So we are happy about the work you are doing, and we'll continue to partner with you people. Already we are working with civil society organizations. Of course, the press is always our key partners. That's why we have an outreach department. The director is not here, but I am here representing the commission. I want to say that we continue to be partner with you people so that we can have a very peaceful election. Because as you go around the corner, people are saying, this 2020 election is not going to be easy. But by the work that all of us will be doing, I know the 2023 elections will be very peaceful, and that's where we are playing our role. So please, do your own part to see that Sierra Leone is free of violence, Sierra Leone is free of malpractices, and that people are very much aware or very much fulfilled of the activities that will be undertaking. I want to thank you very much, and I promise that as a commission we will continue to partner with you people. Thank you very much. We move to the next person who NACCED. Who is that? Oh, that's it. He's not here. National Elections Watch. Are they here? Any representative?
Yes, but we are not really sure we are coming to make a statement.
Oh, okay. Well, now that you are here, can you just say a word or two?
Anyway, since you put me on the spotlight,
you are caught on camera.
but in actual fact, the letter did not say we are coming to make a statement. And no, as an institution, we are guided by principles. Yes, we always will have to have clarity when we come. But however, it's a civil society affair. So on behalf of the National Election Watch, our presence here indicates the fact that we are not averse to other entities within the Sierra Leonean context coming up to observe elections. For us, it adds more meaning to our electionary processes. It gives more value to what we Sierra Leoneans we call, at the end of the day, a free, fair, and credible elections. So for us at NEW, we welcome, no matter the entity, we have worked with institutions before, like the one that was formed in 2018, SIEGE, led by Emmanuel Safa. So for us, we see this as an opportunity to give Sierra Leoneans to really have the kind of elections that they desire, that will be free, fair, and in the interest of the public. What we crave for as civil societies when we're in this space, we also would always want to remain true to our consciences. We want to remain true to the desires of the people of this country. We represent their interest and not our self-interest. That is what we stand for from the platform of New, and that's what we crave all civil society organizations to continue to do. So at the end of the day, we know we're in this space not for ourselves, but for the purpose of the general citizenry, which we promote good governance. And once the Electoral Commission knows that there are credible institutions watching what they do, they will step up their professionalism, they will step up their credibility and remain true to the service and to the service of this nation, so that we have a very clean slate of election in 2023. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Charles
Mr. Charles. Okay. We now move to the ninth item on the agenda, which is message. What's up? Are they here? Any representative? Okay. So we move to the next item, special message from the chairman and chief commissioner, ECSL.
Chair, for this occasion, team lead, sir, members of the Fourth Estate, other people present, I want to bring you special greetings from my chairman, the Chief Electoral Commissioner, Mohammed Kinirikone, who is unavoidably absent, attending to activities that are equally important as this one. And also on behalf of the Commission, management and staff of ECSL, I want to also extend my sincere greetings and thanks to everybody that has taken part in the just concluded voter registration exercise. For us at the ECSL, we have realized that election is not only about the EMB, of which we have just two in Sierra Leone, the Political Parties Registration Commission and the Electoral Commission for Sierra Leone. It is a business for everybody, and therefore we welcome whatever person or organization that wants to partner with us to ensure that we have integrity, transparency, accountability, and credible process. So it is in this vein that we welcome the report that has been launched by CEO, and we promise that the Commission will look into it and will take specific cognizance of the recommendations they have made. I know the process is now over, but whatever you are recommending now will serve for the future processes. And I also want to take this opportunity to bring out the special message from the Commission and the Chief Electoral Commissioner. The Electoral Commission for Sierra Leone completed voter registration field data capture exercise successfully on 8 October 2022. The Commission extends appreciation to the public for participating in the process in a peaceful and orderly manner. The Commission conveys special thanks and appreciation to the entire staff, permanent and ad hoc, who in diverse ways contributed to this nationwide exercise. The ECSL continues to appreciate the government of Sierra Leone for the timely disbursement of funds, the political parties for their cooperation, National Civil Registration Authority for their collaboration, Political Parties Registration Commission, and the security sector for their respective support to the ECSL. We also want to thank all observer groups that observe the process and for their contributions and the reports that they have submitted. Following the completion of the field data capture, the public is reminded about the following next steps before the Commission will release the final voters register, the FVR, certified for the June 2023 elections. 1. Data consolidation into a single unit. We are now moving the machines and the data from all around the country, from 1,815 centers, and a total of 3,630 voter registration centers. We've got from 16 districts, 446 wards. We are now moving it into the data server, where we will ensure that everything that was captured is put into one single unit. Second, we will do what is called the deduplication to pick out those that have registered twice. And this is the stage where duplicate registrants data will be eliminated. If you have got two data showing the same person registered at two different centers or two different districts, then we will make sure that we eliminate one. 3, we want to publish the provisional voter register, that's the PVR, to the public during the exhibition and inquiry period, which will come up shortly. 4, the exhibition exercise of the provisional voter register will be done to allow registrants who took part in the registration exercise to confirm their details and or correct errors. The Commission will use the exhibition exercise to conduct inquiries and appropriately address all rejections, objections, and appeals. 5, update the provisional voter register and subsequently we release the final voter register. The Commission remains committed to its legal mandates and also the guiding principles, and therefore we are appealing to the public to be patient and to trust the process. I thank you very much for listening, and this one is already out in the form of a press statement. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. George. We continue to move to the 10th item on the agenda, which is the vote of thanks. The vote of thanks, which will be given by Mr. J. Ali. Okay. Well, over to you.
Hello, I'm Brigadier Joseph Aliu, the Regional Coordinator, CEO East. I'm here to thank you all for attending this important meeting or report hearing this afternoon onto this evening. Yeah, that's been said. On behalf of the management and staff of CEO, I take this moment to thank you all for attending this meeting or this report hearing, despite all busy schedules. I also thank the media houses for the media coverage given to this important program. Also thank the commissions talk about ECSL, PPRC for their attendance, which really shows their commitment to Sierra Leoneans and also give us the confidence that they are really ready for Sierra Leoneans. I thank you. Also thank the journalists. All journalists here for their presence. I do believe that this information, with their presence, this information will not stop here. I know you can take it we have to take this one far and wide that every Sierra Leonean we really know what's happened or what CEO means or what is the work of CEO or what CEOs has been doing or is ready to do for people of Sierra Leone. I will not be happy with myself if I say this and fail to appreciate my team lead, Mr. Salone, Joseph Abbas Salone, for his marvelous presentation on the website and also the report of the registration. Also, thank the Southern coordinator, Mr. Blackie, for his presentation on the overview of the program of CEO. More his confidence of doing things in his presentation. Also thank Mr. Soare for welcoming us here at the earlier stage, which really gave us the confidence to stay here. That's means that we are safe here. Also, I will not be very much confident, or I will be confident with myself if I fail to appreciate the good work of our Southern coordinator, Madam Cecilia, for his good work and the documentary. This is very good. She puts so many pieces of information and make one good line story. Also, we will not be happy if I fail to thank my very self for thanking you all.
I love that.
So I thank you all for listening and hope that we attain most of this sense of gathering. I thank you all.
Thank you for coming.